Alright guys, my series of seasonal overviews continues with Season 1 entitled Rise of the Snakes. This season more or less continues the story of the ninja from the pilot season with an added story. The season obviously focuses on the Serpentine and their return to Ninjago, but also introduces the mysterious Green Ninja. Overall, this season is focused on one thing: acceptance. The ninja try their very best to find themselves, and finally accept who they are and what they have become. Anyway, with that quick introduction out of the way, let's just jump right into it. Episode 1 of Season 1 opens with the ninja seemingly out of commission. With no villains in the land and Garmadon missing, they are more or less out of a job. Sensei Wu tries to encourage them, but it doesn't work at first. But when Nia rushes in and proclaims that Garmadon was indeed spotted once again, the ninjas spring into action. They fly to Jamanakai village on their dragons, but when they arrive at the scene, they are disappointed to find that Lord Garmadon wasn't actually back as they were promised. Instead, it's his son, Lloyd Garmadon. He mentions that he holds the power to unleash the Serpentine on the village, but the ninja brush it off and dispose of Lloyd the proper way. On their way out, Kai notices that he mistakenly grabs Sensei Wu's bag, and inside of it, the ninja discover the Scroll of the Green Ninja, an ancient prophecy that states that one ninja would rise above the others in terms of skill, and would be destined to defeat the Dark Lord. The ninja begin to argue over this scroll and which one of them would be the chosen one, but they soon decide to try something different. Back at the monastery, the ninja equip themselves with training gear, and hold a makeshift tournament. Whoever wins is most likely the chosen one. Seems legit. These petty fights also give the ninja the chance to test out their golden weapons. They fight for a bit, but the bouts are soon called off by Sensei Wu, who proclaims that because of their actions, none of them are ready to become the Green Ninja. In another part of the land, young Lord Garmadon plots his revenge, but stumbles upon an ancient tomb. He opens it and soon discovers a faction of Serpentine, specifically the Hypnobrai living inside. He swiftly takes unintentional control over them, and sends them to Jamanakai village to wreak havoc once more. Sensei Wu sees this and alerts the ninja, who fly to the village once again, but this time they actually get to fight it out. The ninja manage to defeat the snakes and steal their staff, but Cole is hit with their mind control powers in the process. This would eventually lead into the next episode. Soon after, the ninja resume training, and comment on Zane's particular and unique style of battle, but Sensei Wu simply tells them to accept it as he is their brother. We get a little more insight into Zane's character, and more hints towards his mysterious backstory. The Hypnobrai, still under the control of Lloyd, are busy in a random forest, which leaves Scales to plot his eventual betrayal under the arrogance of the general. We then cut to a normal night at Ninja HQ, with more shenanigans, and then there's Zane. He still stands out as something different, and maybe stands out as a little too unique. Zane steps outside and sees a mysterious falcon, which eventually leads him to Lloyd's secret headquarters, surrounded by Hypnobrai. The next day, Zane leads the rest of the ninja to the treehouse. They manage to infiltrate it because, they're ninja, and they start to tear it apart, but Scales takes control over Cole, and uses him as an avatar for the Hypnobrai's own force of attack. Lloyd is betrayed by the Hypnobrai, and Cole battles the ninja until Sensei Wu and Nia show up with the sacred flute, leaving the monastery and the staff unguarded. Unfortunately, this meant the end for their ancient temple. The Hypnobrai beat the ninja there, stole back their staff, and burnt the entire place down. The team immediately turns on Zane and blames him for their loss, and they seemingly drive him away. Meanwhile, back in the Hypnobrai tomb, Slithera and Scales battle it out for leadership of the tribe. Scales eventually comes out on top and banishes Lloyd. Now homeless, the ninja are left miserable and are still missing Zane, but fear not, Zane eventually shows up with good news. He has located a new home for the ninja, that of course being Captain Soto's Destiny's Bounty. The ninja rejoice, and Sensei Wu senses something special in store for Zane. Now happily living in the Destiny's Bounty, there is much to do to renovate the place. The ninja begins slowly transforming the bounty into the ideal ninja headquarters. They actually get pretty creative with the whole thing, and make it relatively sanitary. Eventually, Jay's parents of all people arrive. Being a stereotypical teenager, Jay is embarrassed of his mother and father, and rightfully so. They are just the worst, but in a way, it's quite humorous to watch. They leave after some time, but their spirit sticks around. Later, Lloyd is looking for the next batch of Serpentine to take his revenge out on the Hypnobrai and the ninja. He unlocks the tomb of the Fangpire, and soon forms an alliance with them. With his newfound allies, Lloyd brings them to Ed and Edna's junkyard to slowly build up their army even more. Back at the bounty, Wu discovers that the dragons must migrate to mature, leaving Jay and the rest of the ninja without transport. They decide to visit Jay's parents anyway. However, Jay senses something is wrong. He busts into the junkyard and recovers his parents, but the Fangpire begin to attack under Lloyd's command. A battle ensues, and Jay gets his chance to shine. Lloyd orders a retreat, but the ninjas still need the anti-venom in the staff. Wu informs the ninja that their golden weapons hold more than they expect, and the ninja manage to unlock their spinjitzu vehicles. Jay retrieves the Fangpire staff using a very unique method, but loses focus. He is saved, however, and the ninja get away in the Destiny's Bounty, after Jay and his father work together to get them off the ground. Jay and his parents make up, and the rest is history. The next episode opens with Zane's dream, and it's quite the mysterious one, but it is very important to the overall plot. It showcases Lord Garmadon and more importantly the legendary Green Ninja. A fight ensues, and the Green Ninja ends up defeating Garmadon. Zane is confused by the chaos when he suddenly awakens. The ninja begin training, but Zane breaks the ice by informing the others that he saw the Green Ninja in a vision. He mentions that the Green Ninja possesses attributes of the four ninja, so there's no easy way to determine who it is. Because of their lack of focus, the ninja are punished by Sensei Wu and are forced to train for the remainder of the day. Meanwhile, Lloyd and the Fangpire are about to confront the Hypnobrai. Lloyd Lloyd hopes to start a full-on war, but instead the leaders of both factions reveal themselves to be friendly, and they both turn their backs on Lloyd. Lloyd then travels to the next tomb of the Serpentine, that being the tomb of the Anachondri. It is there that he meets Pythor P. Chumsworth, the general of the Anachondri fleet. Lloyd seemingly befriends Pythor, and the two realize their common taste in chaos and decide to work together. While the ninjas stress over work, Lloyd and Pythor cause a lot of pointless commotion. They declare themselves to be best friends and decide to conquer Ninjago together. For some reason, they start at Darkly's boarding school and lock the place down. The ninja quickly arrive, scuffle with Pythor and Lloyd, and put up an interesting fight. Eventually, they capture Lloyd and take him aboard the bounty under Sensei Wu's orders. To the surprise of the ninja, Wu actually takes him in instead of punishing him, and now the ninja have a new roommate. Episode 5 of the season begins with the usual pure and utter chaos that goes on at Ninja HQ. With the new addition of Lloyd, the ninjas soon begin to fall apart due to his practical jokes. The ninja complain to Wu about this, but a new mission arrives. Pythor is attempting to open up the remaining 2 Serpentine tombs, and the ninja need to beat him there and stop him. The team decides to divide and conquer. Cole and Zane race to the Constricti tomb, and make their way inside. When there, they meet the general of that specific faction, and have a quick battle with said snake. They use the sacred flute and manage to defeat him. Kai and Jay traverse through the toxic bogs to reach the Venomari tomb. They explore for a few moments, but Kai comes face to face with the Venomari, and soon begins to feel the tribe's powers. Cole and Zane arrive as backup, and now the ninja team is complete. Pythor appears and steals the sacred flute. The Serpentine corner the ninja, and all seems lost until a new mysterious figure appears and scares off the snakes. This person says nothing, but detains the ninja, only for Sensei Wu to find them and take them aboard the bounty. The ninja question the presence of this mysterious samurai warrior, and Pythor's plan to unleash the quote-unquote Great Devourer. The ninja get an alert of the Serpentine uniting in Ninjago City. They roll out and try to prevent the alignment of the 5 tribes, and infiltrate their meeting. They try to make the tribes fight each other, but some snakes wise up and realize what's going on. The ninja and snakes battle it out, but the ninja manage to make an icy escape. Fortunately, Pythor failed to unite the tribes because of the ninja, and the team celebrates back at the bounty. The next episode begins with Pythor and Scales digging up the lost city of Ouroboros. Scales seems skeptical over the whole thing, but Pythor does indeed manage to uncover it. This will play more into Pythor's overall plan. We then catch back up with the ninja who are in the middle of training Lloyd, I guess, but Sensei Wu interrupts with a package featuring brand new uniforms for the ninja to use in battle. The team suits up, then ventures forth to interrupt the next Serpentine meetup. Unfortunately, despite how amazing the ninja think they are, they were outclassed by the samurai once again. Sensei Wu encouraged the ninja to be inspired by this samurai, but the ninja decide to make it their own competition. It was just another attempt to prove one of them to be the green ninja. A montage ensues, and the ninja realize that they need to step up their game. They even let it invade in their actual lives. Kai drops Lloyd off early at an arcade to take off after the samurai, but Lloyd stumbles across the Serpentine conversing. He somehow tricks the snakes into letting him join in, and they actually bring him back to Ouroboros, presumably because they are just that stupid. Anyway, when there, Lloyd witnesses Pythor using unusual methods of convincing the snakes to unite. He overthrows the other generals and declares himself to be the supreme commander, and surprise surprise, Lloyd is found out. The ninja don't really seem to notice Lloyd's missing until Wu points it out. An expedition ensues, but that expedition quickly becomes a rescue mission. The ninja infiltrate Ouroboros and find that Pythor has successfully united all the tribes. They jump in, but are quickly defeated by Pythor himself. They are forced into a gladiatorial-like arena against none other than the samurai himself. A battle obviously ensues, but the ninja and samurai decide to work together to escape. The samurai lets the ninja fly to freedom while he makes a break for the golden weapons. He is successful in that task, and gets away as well. The ninja aren't the best at maneuvering the samurai mech, however, and crash it into the desert. Kai lands away from the rest of the team, and comes face to face with the fallen samurai, who actually turns out to have been Nia all along. They have a heart-to-heart, and Kai agrees not to tell the others. Kai returns with the weapons, and it's all fine and dandy. The ninja look forward to their future interactions with the samurai, and Sensei Wu reveals to Nia that he does indeed know who she really is. Episode 7 opens with a happy montage of the ninja's accomplishments because why not? They theorize that they have indeed unlocked their true potential, and go to Sensei Wu for guidance, but he is already occupied. Zane shows curiosity towards the Great Devourer, and Wu proceeds to tell the story of his youth, and how the Great Devourer was actually the one who turned Garmin onto his evil side. Wu then ventures elsewhere, leaving the ninja to train by themselves. Meanwhile, the Serpentines start the hunt for the 4 Fang Blades, the only thing that can awaken the Great Devourer, and the ninjas start the hunt as well, only a different way. Zane then gets a mysterious feeling that he can't overcome. He spots the falcon, which usually leads them to good fortune. The ninja decide to follow it, and it's a pretty long expedition. The team begins to lag behind one by one until it's only Zane left. Something eventually happens to the falcon, and Zane discovers that it was no ordinary bird after all. He also stumbles across a mysterious droid in the middle of the forest, and does battle with it. After an epic bout, the droid is defeated, but Zane suspects that it was hiding something, which it was. Picking up the damaged falcon, Zane discovers a mysterious treehouse, which contains the blueprints for the falcon and for something else. The ninja catch up with one another and find Zane sulking in the treehouse. They show concern, and Zane reveals something very concerning. All this time, Zane was a droid and nobody ever knew. He doesn't feel like conversing, so the ninja walk out of the treehouse and are confronted by tree horns. They try to fight the woodland creatures, but are easily overwhelmed. Zane explores a little bit more of his mechanical complexion and discovers his memory switch, which leads him down the sad path of emotional flashbacks. Unfortunately, Zane outlived his father, and he definitely felt the impact that left, but learning more about his past restored his confidence. He rushes outside to join his fellow ninja, and after he witnesses his friend's defeat, he takes control, and soon the rest of the team follows. Now more confident, they take on the tree horns until the queen emerges. At this point, Zane is ready. He rushes in and unlocks his true potential. He defeats the queen and sets an example for the rest of the team. To wrap up, Pythor manages to create a map locating the 4 Fang Blades, and Sensei Wu opens a portal transporting him to the Dark Realm, which of course houses none other than Garmadon himself. After that cliffhanger, we are on to episode 8, and the ninja are taking part in a lesson organized by Nia to better understand the Serpentine. Jay, however, interrupts this lesson with one of his classic attempts to win over Nia, and the class is dismissed. Jay apologizes to Nia, and actually manages to score a date. Attaboy Jay, you're moving up in this world. Unfortunately, he pricks his finger on the skeleton of a Fangpire, which will come into play later. Wu and Garmadon begin to converse, and it's revealed that Garmadon has mutated himself, and now has the power to wield the 4 golden weapons at once. A quick battle ensues, and Wu is apprehended. Garmadon only saves him once Wu reveals that Lloyd is in danger. They team up because, family, and proceed to the Mountain of Madness to get back to Ninjago. The snakes travel to the amusement park because the first Fangblade is there, and proceed to dig for it. Back at the bounty, Jay is preparing for his big date, when he realizes that the Fangpire venom is starting to take over. He simply covers it up, but is briefed on a mission soon after. He is informed about the location of the first Fangblade, and he and Nia decide to move their date to said location. During the date, however, the venom continues to infect Jay's body, and he is forced into a state of panic. This goes on for some time, until Nia decides to duck out due to the Serpentine's plans. The snakes uncover the first Fangblade, but Kai, Zane, and Cole show up to stand in their way. The snakes get away, but run into Nia in the samurai mech. She steals the Fangblade and makes a run for it. Unfortunately, she is captured and unmasked. Jay re-emerges from the restaurant, sees the Serpentine with the Fangblade, but also sees Nia in peril yet again. He tries to save her, but the roller coaster picks up speed, and it's revealed that Nia is the mysterious samurai after all. Jay realizes the devastation upon them, finds himself within, and unlocks his true potential. He saves Nia by stopping the roller coaster, but the Serpentine get away with the first Fangblade. The ninja reflect on the situation as the episode ends. This episode is a little strange, but let's just jump right into it. Episode 9 opens with the Serpentine basically using Lloyd as a dummy. They need him to traverse the caves and trigger any traps that may be upon them. This of course was all done to retrieve the second Fangblade. However, once Lloyd makes it to the end of the trail, he discovers that the blade is nowhere to be found. Back at the bounty, the ninja discuss the location of the second blade as well, when it's revealed that Cole actually knows where it is. Apparently, the blade had been retrieved by a man named Clutch Powers, and actually has been used as a trophy for years. Against Cole's wishes, the ninja decided to travel to his hometown to retrieve the blade. Still in the Dark Realm, Wu and Garmadon continue to travel up the Mountain of Madness until they are confronted by a group of Kraglings. Of course, a battle ensues. The ninja arrive at Cole's dad's place of residence and formulate a plan to steal the blade cup, but Cole's dad Lou has other plans. He invites the ninja in for tea, and they take part in this weird singing lesson thing. I don't know what this is. They come to the conclusion that they will try to actually win the blade cup rather than steal it. They then move on to dancing, which isn't much better. In other news, the Serpentine now know where the second Fangblade is, and Wu and Garmadon make it back to Ninjago. The ninja are in preparation for their part in the talent show, but Cole is extremely frustrated. He decides to tell his father about his true self, but is immediately shot down. No matter. The talent show is about to begin, and believe it or not, the Serpentine actually decide to enter. It's now time for the ninja to take center stage, and a dance battle takes place. Anyway, Cole performs that super hard dance move, and they end up actually winning. Lou tells Cole that he's actually super proud of him, but Pythor emerges. He attacks Lou and supposedly kills both him and Cole, and takes the blade cup. He gets away, but Cole manages to trigger his own true potential, saving his father in the process. The ninja happily converse over tea yet again as the episode ends. The episode begins with a training sequence, showing each ninja using their newly unlocked elemental powers. Except for Kai, of course. But where is Kai? Well, he's training as well, but in a different fashion. He has found the green ninja suit and is training with that. Kai explains that he tried on the suit for inspiration when Sensei Wu returns. After a quick catch-up, Garmadon pops up and jump scares the ninja. Kai immediately swings into action, but Wu explains that Garmadon is now their new ally. This, of course, was all done in order to save Lloyd from the Serpentine. The ninja briefs Sensei Wu of the whereabouts of the Fangblades, and Kai is still a little skeptical of Garmadon's true intentions. Then a funny montage begins, showing daily life at Ninja HQ with Garmadon around. It's actually pretty funny. The ninja express that they don't fear Garmadon, but Kai is still adamant that something is up. Meanwhile, the Serpentine are advancing towards the Temple of Fire with Lloyd still in hand. The Falcon sees all this and reports back to the ninja, but of course Kai is not paying attention. He then overhears Sensei Wu attempting to reveal the green ninja. He suspects it's Nia, and Kai watches when Garmadon appears and confronts him. Sensei Wu and Nia emerge from the room, and Jay informs the others that Lloyd has been spotted. After a brief briefing session, the ninja prepare to advance, when Kai notices that the golden weapons and and Lord Garmadon are both missing. He quickly springs into action yet again, and a fight ensues between the Ninja of Fire and the Dark Lord. Kai overthrows Garmadon, but once again he has failed to unlock his true potential. He just proves to everyone how foolish he truly is. The others comfort Garmadon when they finally arrive at the Temple of Fire. They enter, and Nia once again warns them that the volcano is set to go off extremely soon. The ninja find the Serpentine unearthing the third Fang Blade, and they know they cannot let them take it. The ninja begin their siege, and everyone puts in work. Kai unfortunately does not listen to the whole no weapons rule, and whips out his sword. The Serpentine make a break for the exit, but Garmadon is not about to let them leave with his son. Probably the best scene in this entire episode begins with Garmadon brutally killing his way through many Serpentine warriors, all just to save his son. He is successful in this endeavor. Kai, however, is still focused on retrieving the Fang Blade and pins it to a rock. The snakes are forced to evacuate, but Kai is showing no signs of slowing down. At this moment, Lloyd falls from his father's watch and plummets towards the lava below. The Fang Blade falls as well, and Kai and Lloyd are now trapped in the volcano. He notices a helpless Lloyd sinking, and has to make a decision between getting the Fang Blade or saving Lloyd. He obviously chooses Lloyd, but they are not about to leave so easily. The rest of the team evacuate, saddened over their supposed loss. But of course, at that moment, Kai finds his true potential and saves Lloyd, much to the delight of everyone else. Garmadon and Lloyd reconnect, and it's revealed that Lloyd was the destined Green Ninja all along, much to the surprise of everyone. The episode ends with the Serpentine actually uncovering the third Fang Blade, which means they are only one away from unleashing the Great Devourer. All of Nothing opens with the ninja tracking down and infiltrating a random Serpentine in Ninjago City. The snake shows his concern for the land and his fear of Pythor's intentions. The ninja then learned that the last Fang Blade was already located, and back at base, they devise a plan to steal back the other three. However, these do not have a location, until the ninja do a sonar sweep and discover a massive underground fortress. On the way there, the ninja undergo a quick training session. Each ninja holds a plan of resistance towards each faction of Serpentine. They are actually somewhat prepared this time. They arrive at the entrance, and Sensei Wu is actually given the chance to go with. Garmadon and Lloyd stay back. The ninja infiltrate the base and find the Serpentine conversing about the Great Devourer. They decide that it's best to travel by shadow. Back at the bounty, Lloyd catches Garmadon, of course, stealing information. They have a chat about his intentions and Lloyd's life. Unfortunately, it turns dark real fast, but also the ninja have been spotted and they need backup as soon as possible. Garmadon leaves heartbroken as Lloyd frantically tries to do something. The ninja are still in trouble as the snake army approaches. Sensei Wu tells the ninja to fight instead, which they do, and they manage to actually fend off the snakes. But when they run towards the Fang Blades, they accidentally stumble into a trap. Back at the bounty, Lloyd dons the green ninja's suit with plans to spring into action. The snakes now have all four Fang Blades, and the ninja are trapped. The snakes decide to celebrate their supposed victory, and the ninja try to find means of escaping. They are simply relying on Lloyd, and Kai doesn't like that very much. He finds other ways of escaping and tries to take back his weapon to free the others. Unfortunately, it does not go as planned. Pythor catches them and this time locks them up more securely, but Lloyd is on the way as backup, sporting some very amateur ninja moves. He eventually makes his way into the base, or should I say stumbles in, and confronts the snakes, but to the Serpentine he is not intimidating at all. No need to worry though, Garmadon has arrived with the true backup. He is packing another army, that being the Skulkin, and the battle ensues between the two sides. Now the ninja can actually get in on the battle. Garmadon takes on Pythor and the Fang Blades are taken. The ninja escape, leaving the Skulkin to finish off the Serpentine. Back at the bounty, Garmadon prepares to leave, but reassures Lloyd to prepare for his own destiny. The ninjas celebrate their victory, as Pythor is revealed to be aboard the ship. After that cliffhanger, we jump right into episode 12. Sensei Wu receives a vision of the Great Devourer being awakened, and knows the ninja need to act quickly to prevent this. They are currently en route to Torchfire Mountain, the only place the Fang Blades can be destroyed. Lloyd is busy training to become an actual ninja, when it's revealed to him that Pythor is indeed aboard the bounty. He ties up Lloyd and makes his way towards the Fang Blades. The ninja arrive at Torchfire Mountain with the intent on destroying the blades, but first, Sensei expresses his concerns for the future of the ninja team without him around. They begin to dispose of the blades, but Pythor knows that he needs to act quickly. He makes the bounty malfunction, causing Wu to be thrown off, but the ninja catch him as Nia tries to regain control. Lloyd informs everyone of Pythor's presence, and the ninja witness the Anacondrae general leaving, with the Fang Blades in hand. Lloyd and Nia take on Pythor as the rest of the ninja try to save Sensei, but Pythor eventually gets away. The entire team falls, but they are saved by Nia in the samurai mech. They spot Pythor still on the run with Scales, and the rest of the Serpentine hijack a tour bus. Their overall goal is to get to Ouroboros as soon as possible. The ninja back at the bounty prepare to take on the snakes, and the team rolls out, leaving Lloyd behind of course. Noticing that they are being followed, the Serpentine turn the tour bus into one of them, and begin to fire back at the ninja. Basically, this entire chase scene goes on for some time, with multiple attempts at infiltrating the fortress on wheels. All you really need to know is that eventually the ninja make it onto the main car. They see Pythor and prepare to attack. Sensei, however, has other plans. He takes on Pythor by himself, leaving the others to look after Lloyd. Wu begins to battle Pythor, and Lloyd picks up the ninja, taking them to Ouroboros. The battle on the bus is still commencing, and Pythor gets the upper hand. Wu fights back, but the entire car crashes. Pythor frees himself from the rubble, and slowly makes his way to Ouroboros, now completing Forgetting his destiny, he places the fang blades in the statue and waits for the arrival of the Great Devourer. Wu confronts him about this, and the statue begins to crumble. The ninja arrive with Lloyd as the statue completely falls apart. Pythor realizes that the Great Devourer is actually under the city itself, and not in the actual statue. Sensei Wu continues to battle Pythor, forcing him to face his own destiny. He tells the ninja to try their hardest to defeat the Great Devourer as it emerges from its underground prison. Now unleashed onto Ninjago, there is no telling what it will do. The Great Devourer has been awakened. Everything the ninja have been trying to prevent has just happened. The Devourer consumes both Wu and Pythor, presumably killing them both. The Devourer isn't done yet, however, and goes after the ninja next. Taking refuge aboard the bounty, they try to escape the gigantic snake. The Devourer is hot on their trail, though, and maintains chase. It constantly attacks, as the ninja frantically throw everything overboard to pick up speed. They learn the Devourer actually grows bigger as it consumes things, as the bounty makes it to Scatter Canyon. They actually have a chance at losing the Devourer now, but of course the cunning nature of the snake prevents this. The team is forced to abandon the bounty, and everyone makes it to safety. They watch in horror as the Devourer proceeds to destroy the Destiny's bounty. It gets away, and the ninja reflect on the situation. They are soon driven against each other, and most have lost hope, but Kai reassures the team of Sensei's teachings. He manages to put a spark back into the team, and formulates a plan to get rid of the Devourer. The Serpentine take refuge from the Devourer in their tombs, as the giant snake continues to consume the land. The ninja arrive at Jay's parents' junkyard, and prepare to create a weapon to combat the Great Devourer. The Devourer shows up in the junkyard, and the ninja realize it's now or never. They summon their tornado of creation and build the ultrasonic raider, their only line of defense. After a duel with the Devourer, they manage to strike him with a recording of the sacred flute. Kai notices a weak point on the Devourer's head as the snake takes out the rear of the raider. Zane is scarred by this encounter, and Jay has a panic attack. The Devourer has once again gotten away, and is actually headed towards Ninjago City. The Devourer enters the city via the subway, and begins to attack the citizens. The ninja arrive and fend off the beast using their elemental powers, and a little bit of ingenuity. Just as all seems lost, the ninja's original dragons return, now as one Ultra Dragon. The Ultra Dragon begins to battle the Devourer, but takes a massive hit. Garmadon appears and pleads for the ninja to give him the golden weapons. Of course, the ninja are skeptical of Garmadon's true intentions, but in the end, Garmadon is the only thing that can destroy the Great Devourer. The ninja now have one job: keep the massive snake in one spot, so Garmadon can make the final blow. Using the crafty antics of a ninja, they actually trap the Devourer, and keep it immobile. Garmadon has unfinished business with the Great Devourer, and prepares to strike it down. Standing on top of a skyscraper, he jumps towards the snake. He makes contact and obliterates it. The ninja reconnect with their families, but they realize that Garmadon has escaped with the golden weapons. Fortunately, Sensei Wu ended up surviving that encounter, and the ninja come to the conclusion that Garmadon will return one day. They declare that they will prepare for that eventual day to come, as the episode and the season wraps up. So there you have it, guys, my look into the entirety of Season 1. If the first season of Ninjago is your favorite season, feel free to leave a comment with the hashtag VoteS1 incorporated somehow. If not, don't worry. Feel free to use one of these other tags. Your votes are very important to this series, and will come into play in a future video sometime down the line. Thank you guys so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a thumbs up rating, and as always, be sure to hit that subscribe button, guys, because it really does mean a lot to me. Don't forget to leave a comment saying what you thought of the video itself, or the subject matter, or if you just had a general comment, that's fine too. And also don't forget to leave your video suggestions down below as well for a chance to have your idea featured as an actual video sometime later on. Thank you guys so very much for watching. My name is TannerFishies, and with that, I bid you farewell.